After all that, they just grab the Doom with the Grimstroke.
So it's pretty damn similar to the Underlord mid, though. Very similar vibes, very similar play style. You dominate the lane, you come on early, you control the game, but this just has a better Grimstroke combo.
Yep.
Pretty cool, actually. I have a slightly unexpected from Beastcoast here. I am thinking 2-0, though. The K1 Sven, the Whisper Lesh, we're in comfort town here for Beastcoast again.
Yeah, I think the draft from Renault is fine, but I don't think it's better than last time. And Beastcoast, they showed us why they were first place the last season. I think this might be our first 2-0 in a while.
Trent,
5
seconds remaining
with us. I mean, they were the maker of the last 2-0, right, versus Hokori.
Yes, that was the only one.
I do like how Chris Luck looks like he can just walk up and Doom everywhere. There's gonna be a roll from the Earth Spirit, a slow from the Grimstroke. Like, these heroes can't just get away after a single slow, other than Widge or Rosie, maybe, I guess, if he's not stunned. But the Dooms look pretty good to land. But they also have good disengage between the Kunkka, the ET, and the Moonlight Shadows. So.
I think Beastcoast
is probably going to win because they're the better team. But again, I don't think Unknown have this like horrific draft. I think their draft is actually kind of good.
It's not horrific. I just think this 4+1 is going to set K1 up to get a fast Midas. He's going to farm like crazy, and at like 20 minutes, we're going to look at that net worth and go, damn, Sven with space is insane. Like that.
Is this Quas Wex Invoker and they try to make a bunch of plays like with Mirana and Kunkka?
It's really good versus Doom having a Quas Wex.
I kind of feel like that's the way to try and play this, and try and play really aggressive, let Teemo get some time, and then see if you can hit that itemization timing with the Troll Warlord where the Sven's not big enough yet. They got to play a very tight game.
Offers that dispel we talked about. You can take the Warcry out, you can take the Inkswell out. So I think you're probably right.
Get on the Roach timings better this time. Try and make use of those Aegis. Have a plan when you're taking Roach with what you're going to do with the Aegis, not how you're just going to take it.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. All right. Great advice there, gents. Let's hand it over. Gary, Sven versus Troll. How we feeling about the road
You
night?
really should
That's the
prepare
layman's
for
term
battle.
for Sven.
Thank you for dumbing it down for me, Zayori. Much appreciated. There we go. Yeah, K1 Sven as well, don't forget. The big boy on the big hero with a big sword as Beastcoast getting ready for game 2 here. Theban Sven against Troll in the carry matchup. How are you feeling about these two drafts?
Well, Troll versus Sven. I mean, I'm gonna have to favor the Troll every time. But if I look at the rest of the lineups on both sides, I think Beastcoast, they got pretty good amount of stuns this game, and team fight with the Grimstroke. Yep. I mean, ET, Kunkka, like these are good heroes at fighting, but it's very easy to miss their spells.
Do they kill this Kunkka here? They've got the Splitter landing onto that Sven stun, kicking forward. Scoopfield, they're losing K1. Bob's very far. Kunkka's still alive. The two swiping down on Sacred, but Grimstroke's already dropped in the midst of it all. Still, 4 heroes going here from Unknown. Oh, Chris Luck, are you actually going to be able to run away from this? Another ranged axe in 2 seconds. They're diving tier 1. They're going for it. Get in there, Unknown. 3 for 1 to start things off with First Blood going into the pockets of Teemo. 2 kills for the Troll. Theban.
Yep. I mean, he's got 450 gold to start. He can buy a Wraith Band if he wants to.
The battle begins.
The issue here is Beastcoast made the aggressive move because they got good disables, but the Doom doesn't have any spells, Gary. He's got no spells.
Why is he just not leveled anything up?
Well, if he wants to stay in the fight, he's gonna have to go Scorched Earth or Infernal Blade, but obviously he'd rather have Devour for the lane. So he's gonna go with that. And Devour is really awkward. It just gives you 60 gold. I mean, I guess it does let you last at the rage creep, so the enemy can't deny it. But apart from that, it's a bit awkward for sure.
I guess it's a kind of a natural way to push the wave into the Invoker, who, with Crosswex especially, can struggle to last hit under tower. I think that mid lane is going to be reasonably boring, isn't it, for the first few minutes anyway?
Oh, most definitely. It's like both heroes not really going to be casting any skills there. The lane that we should be looking at is bottom and top, especially this Troll ET lane. That is vicious. And Troll started with Boots of Speed because of that double kill he's got.
Geez, so he has, yeah. And all of a sudden, that Earth Spirit Lesh lane, we've seen the Lash Tusk, Lesh ES do exceptional things. They're not going to be as easy anymore. And Schofield's even being bullied back by the ET, who also has boots up. So double boots for that Radiant bottom lane. And then up at top, what's going on up there?
Your Admiral is on board.
How's it all going?
Just yeah, it's a Marana Kunkka lane. You know, we're gonna see some X mark into
Bad
arrows
tidings,
coming
I'm
out up
afraid.
here.
Radiant's
Grim Sven, they
courier
can also
has been
do a lot of
slain.
damage, but for the most part, just gonna play for XP.
Back to
Here's
four.
the X mark arrow.
Nicely placed.
The Smith.
Timo, though,
Step
is going to
lively
continue
now.
his killing
Your
spree
admiral
elsewhere,
is on
slaying
board.
Whisper with that Elder Titan. K1 forced behind his tier 1, so lots of early aggression from Unknown, really snowballing out of that bounty rune fight into some domineering lanes.
Hurt them a lot this first bounty rune fight, Gary. This is what Unknown needed. A little bit of a boost before the game begins.
A little bit, yeah. Overwhelming advantage now for them. I mean, Schofield, he's got to just keep running away from this. How did we decide to pronounce this? Shukud? The Elder Titan's name?
I just
SHCCD?
call him Elder Titan.
Yeah.
Last game I was just calling him Phoenix. I was like, this guy's name is too hard.
Well, we'll just leave it as a hero name then, shall we? No point trying to overpronounce something. Not going to be able to stack or pull just yet. Schofield is
Dyer's
getting a bit
middle
of
tower
space.
Coming out
is
of
under
his
attack.
shoulder, Gary.
Radiant's middle tower
Right,
is
your
under
brain
attack.
Sort of transforms
Yeah,
it into
I have no reason to
Exactly,
lie about
shoulder.
such
That's
things.
what I get.
another stomp. Throws the ranged axes at Whisper.
So much damage. Ouch. ET plus 50. I mean, at level 3, they're going to get even stronger. Earthspear's having a tough time figuring out what he can even do in this lane. He's actually going to go stack some Ancients. And that going for K1 already.
Yeah, I guess that's a good way to get back into things. It's pretty difficult to even roll into this mid lane. You know, you're looking at Ghost Walk, Tornado, and stuff like that.
Grim.
Step lively now.
Grim Stroke, down he goes.
Very nice. X mark plays. Oh, and another kill bot. Holy smokes, Gary. 6-1.
Everywhere you look, it is a slaughterhouse here, and you know, even in that mid lane, Invoker at 17-7. A Quaswex Invoker up against a melee hero with Quelling Blade. Robo Z really showing
Wow. Gary,
how much of a performance is that?
that's really nice. I mean, Doom doesn't have regen, but he's got a lot of armor now. He's not gonna be buying a bottle either. I mean, he might
10
consider
denies,
buying
though.
a bottle at this rate. That's a lot of denies for sure. And with the Quaswex Invoker too. That's not even Exort Invoker who has extra int and damage. Just kind of outplaying Chris Luck at the moment. I mean, this happened in game number 1 as well, Gary.
Bounty.
But Chris Luck kind of lost his lane, to be honest.
You're a trusty mate.
He's gonna pause and disconnect. Maybe he's having some problems.
Yeah, could be some lag issues. The thing that concerns me the most right now is that the Troll Warlord has Power Treads and a Magic Wand before 4 minutes.
Oh. So when's that Battle Fury gonna come? 10-minute Battle Fury?
I have no
On
idea,
top of
but
treads,
it's
it's gonna
very
be-
fast. And somehow the Doom also has very similar net worth to the hero that got 3 kills and 2 assists right now. So maybe there's something with Doom too. He could be very low HP and a lot of denies, but he's got decent amount of farm thanks to that Devour. They also buffed Devour. 60-second cooldown level 1 now. No longer
That's a good
70
point.
seconds, which is very nice. Level 2, you get 120 gold, doubles up. Too bad you can't really pick up satyrs until you're level 3 Devour. And
Yeah.
I don't really see much on the map, and probably won't be going for that anyway.
Can't really dip into the jungle and waste time, so just a chain lightning creep, which he probably won't use.
Chris Luck.
Still gonna get
Taking a
cold
lot of
snapped and
damage.
EMP'd. Robo Z will have a tornado to finish him off too. That's the death of Chris
No
Luck's
way.
Doom. Robo Z is almost level 6. while
Dyer's
Doom is
structures are
barely,
fortified.
barely cracking
They
on
are
top lane.
looking quite
K1.
robust.
He's gonna be Inkswell back to his creep wave. But yeah, it's
You
just
get
onslaught
nothing.
from Unknown.
And he was actually buying the bottle
Dyer's
on the
middle
Doom. It
tower
was on the
is
way,
under
so now
attack.
he's gonna regret it because he just
I
died. He's
feel
gonna come
like
back
a
to later
broken
full
record.
everything, and he has a bottle for nothing on a Doombringer. Feels bad, man.
Oh, it absolutely does. He does get back in there, but
Jesus.
that Troll Warlord down bottom with that Elder Titan, making short work of Whisper.
They're losing
Sven
lanes
up
so
top.
freaking hard right now.
Oh, they've already spent the X mark and the arrow. K1 forced to salve. Yeah, it really is though, and the fact that this Sven, he's going to need a bit of space created for him. Doesn't have the heroes to do it right now because they are just being
Step
shut down.
lively now. Your
everywhere you
admiral is
look.
on board.
Whisper 0-2 on that Leshrac. Level 5. Unable to, get up into that tier 1, unable to apply the pressure which we want from him. As Doombringer
Cancelled it. He canceled the Echo Stomp.
Doesn't stomp him.
Yeah, that could have been potentially another kill right there. I mean, he does have about 14 armor under a tier 1 tower. It would have been
Stinger.
close.
It looks like Stinger might be dead here. Sacred's going to try and cut him off. A few more little clicks from Wiz. Stormhammer under tower. Oh, Sacred being baited in here. K1 and Stinger behind the Kunkka. Trading it back for the Grimstroke. That's
Dyer's
all right for
courier
Beastcoast.
has been
Definitely,
slain.
that's so much experience.
News of the
for
death is expected to travel swiftly.
K1
Sorry.
there. Yeah, I was gonna say that's a lot of experience for K1 there. He was like level 4, now about to be level 6 already, Gary. He's going for the Midas. And his net worth is doing alright. Like, even though the score is 9-2, Beastcoast is still farming on these lanes. Like, even Whisper, he's got 28 assets. He's not like an absolute stomper dying and can't hit creeps.
That's the prowess of Beastcoast, yeah. I'd already switched
they're
to
gonna
net
pressure
worth, but
bottom too now.
Troll
Yeah.
Warlord, he's got a 1 charge. He's got Battle Trance as long as he doesn't cast anything else.
Oh, we see the
Grimstroke
Invoker
and
TP.
Spirit.
Cross-X
Invoker
Invoker.
TP, he's ready to come in. The roll misses onto the Troll, but it does catch the Invoker in the back. The IMP's there, but Timo gets the Battle Trance. So, that means Whisper.
Oh, he misses stun.
And missed a stun, so Stinger on the run. Grimstroke just getting clicked down by that big old Elder Titan. Huge damage from him, and another move that Beastcoast make, but doesn't pay
Radiant's
off.
middle tower is under
But they're gonna
attack.
see this in another way right now. They're gonna see that Troll does not have battle trance, and they're gonna try to smoke up with the Earth Spirit and the Leshrac, try to go back down there, either to kill the Troll or to take the tower. But Invoker, he's gotta continue to stick around bottom lane, I think. He needs to be shutting down this Leshrac. That's the hero that Beastcoast are gonna try to play through in this game.
Oh, that's a huge neutral item to get picked up. Possessed Mask. Go on, give it to the Sven. I bet K1 is screaming for it.
For sure.
Radiant's bottom tower
Those
is
ancient stacks
under
he's
attack.
taken. They are warded up
Yes.
though.
Oh, TP back top. There's an X mark on the Sven here.
Perfect.
They
I get
stacked
a
the
Torrent
stuns,
Arrow.
though.
And K1's pretty tanky with Ogre Axe plus Strength Treads. 1500
Yeah, they
health.
should have definitely not stacked the stuns. Went for the torrent bow after the arrow, so they could bring K1 to be very low, and he's gonna feel uncomfortable even jungling after that.
Well, here's that
Strange to say, Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's
Grimstroke.
They want the
structures
Troll
are not
Warlord.
only
The
fortified,
Robo's
they
looking for
are
a K1
positively
right now.
tower is
Glowing.
under
Gonna
attack.
catch him.
Oh, the
Radiant's bottom
Straight through
tower
a
is
tornado.
being subjected
Still
to
gonna get him with a
extreme
star.
violence.
got the last hit right
Dyer's
before he
top
died.
tower is under attack.
Kill the creeps.
Must I repeat
That's K1
myself?
for you. Mid lane, it looks like they're eyeing up this Troll.
Dyer's
What have we
top
got him
tower is
doing?
under
4
attack.
plus 3 is 7, so he's not
Radiant's
holding a point.
bottom tower is
Doesn't have the
under
ulti. He's
attack.
got Max Devour.
Has
Bottom
that
lane,
ever
comes back
been
onto
cause
Whisper,
for
over the
celebration?
Elder
Dyer's
Stomp.
top tower is being
Splitter.
attacked
Gonna
like
be some
nobody's business. Radiant's
substantial
bottom
damage off the
tower
lash.
is
Finish him off
under
with a
attack.
tornado, and that roll coming forward, the Inkswell, it will land. Connecting onto Robo Z with Doom hasted. He's got his ultimate now, and they're done
Dyer's top tower is under attack.
Chuck it onto this ET. No, they'll whack him with the right clicks. Don't expend your cooldowns. Get a freebie down there as the Invoker does dip
Radiant's
away.
bottom tower is under attack. Dyer's top tower is under attack. Cause for celebration. Must I repeat
Dyer's
myself? Top tower has fallen.
240 gold every
Radiant's
6
bottom
seconds.
tower is Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Violence seems to be the day for it.
Well, he's still
Dyer's
pulling that worth,
structures are cunningly fortified.
5400 now.
That's 240 GPM a minute, Gary. 240 GPM for free. That is unbelievable. I have a feeling this hero is
Dyer's
going to see
middle
a
tower
lot more
is
of it.
under attack.
That is pretty batshit insane.
back.
Because that was a lane where he got handled. Like RoboZ outplayed him, out-CS'd him everything. Then Chris Luck disconnects and reconnects, and then he's
He's done, you
Oh no! Oh, Whisper.
Oh, that was so close. If he actually got the stun onto the Kunkka, interesting things could have happened. But he does have a
Mid
hood
lane.
already on the Kunkka.
Chris Luck EMP'd. And it does stop the Elder Titan sleep. So he walks it
Dyer's
off with
middle
that
tower is
Inkswell.
under an
And
extraordinary
Runespawn
amount
top.
of
He's going to
stress.
get gathered up by RoboZ.
Man, I gotta say, Gary, Robo Z is so good. Like, watching him play game 1, his laning stage, and right now there's game 2 against Chris Luck, his movements on the map, where he's going, which kills he's getting. This man is something else.
Yeah, he knows exactly where he needs to be. And his spell casting's been on point. They are leaving that Sven, like bottom lane K1 is half HP, so I kind of expect the Radiant to move down there, and they are smoking into that vicinity.
You're getting level 4 Schofield right now. Oh, they missed the torrent.
Then
So a decent duration stun though from the arrow as Whisper's Lash held out by the Boulder Smash, slowing him down. Robo-Z kills off Stinger as they did rotate bottom, trying to find K1, so no casualties top lane.
Dire's
One
middle
kill down
tower
bottom,
is
but
under
Sven,
attack.
he's going to back himself up
I
into the
feel like
triangle,
a broken record.
which unfortunately is still warded up. Ancients are blocked.
Ooh, yeah, he's gonna see that later when he walks over there. But he did manage to farm the stack that was there earlier, so he's not feeling too upset for the time being. Schofield did just eat the tome, and he's level 6 top, waiting for Kunkka to show up. It's a bit sad that they were not able to get that level 4 Earth Spirit cure earlier, but they will converge a lot of heroes up here now.
And Chris Luck's going to have a
Strange
BKB
to
soon.
say, Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
His farm is starting to become a real problem. We saw this a couple of
this-
patches ago, didn't we? With the
what,
game
Gary?
going like
Now, your
drums,
admiral is
BKB
on
Shivas. We saw some like 19-minute insane farm doom.
This is some alchemist level shit right here.
A roll in from Earth Spirit. Whisper going to catch him with a split
Big
earth
doom.
too. That stomp
got
going
the
to get
boat
cancelled
buff.
by the silence. He does get the boat buff, but they've doomed him
Won't
up.
matter.
So
They
sacred.
leave him.
And he's stuck in there with 4 Beastcoast heroes all around him.
Dire's middle
They
tower
give him
is
the
under
last
an
hit too. They're like, oh, I'm so
extraordinary
close to
amount of
BKB, guys.
stress.
Wait, what? 12-minute BKB? What do you mean?
12-minute
Dire's middle
BKB.
tower
No, it is.
is
No,
under
you're not,
attack.
you're not exaggerating.
Dire's
That's
middle
the-
tower
that's the
has
insane
fallen.
thing. But it's also a
As any
12-minute
fool
Treads
can
Battle
see.
Fury for the troll.
Yeah, it is. That's actually insane. Okay, that is insane. That is freaking insane. And they got a stack going. Like, that's how much
Everyone.
this can farm, Gary. Like, this troll had a 4-0 start. Has a battlefield, has power, still lagging behind the Doom.
He got caught by that arrow. Beautiful.
Yeah, I did.
In from that Mirana. And Robo-Z is also going to scout up onto the high ground, realizing they've probably got some vision up there too with the sentry. But you're right, it was like a perfect start from Unknown, but they've only, like, it's 16-5, and they've only got a 1k lead, really showing how powerful Beastcoast can be. Chris Luck, he doesn't want to
Got a
pop his
BKB.
BKB for this, but he's gonna have to. They've chucked everything at him. 9-second
I think
BKB used.
Unknown is just as surprised that he's got a BKB already, though.
He's got a what? Magic immunity already.
Yeah.
shadows.
And yeah,
take
we've been
us.
seeing it a lot more often. Like this early BKB, it doesn't feel as as detrimental anymore. Like you were saying earlier, that 6-second duration as it scales down still feels pretty good into that mid to late game. Whisper's being focused though. Hey,
Yeah, they're going for Whisper again. He's having such a rough game, man.
6 deaths already. They don't catch him with
What
a
is this
stomp.
stomp?
I think they were trying to be a little bit cheeky there.
They missed the arrow too. Oh my god, this is a...
Purge the elements now.
A little
You
embarrassing.
had no place
I
here.
was gonna
They
say
gotta
a
kill
little
them.
embarrassing, but I mean they got the kill anyway. But the flow is gonna feel real bad.
In a stroke
Whenever
of
that's
cunning,
happening.
or
And
perhaps
Mirana's
of
going for a first
desperation,
sight of Aghanim's, by
Dire's
the way, in this
structures
game.
have been fortified.
Yeah, I played a lot of Mirana, Gary. I'm like a Mirana
Aficionado.
connoisseur. Is that what you call aficionado? Yeah, whatever.
Both work, yeah?
Salamene smiles
and-
upon me.
That is not a good idea. Just saying.
What's that?
It's actually super game losing because the item just has no impact until you complete it, and then when you complete it, it's only a damage dealing item. It's not good.
Radiant
You
structures
need to have other impact. You need like Yules or
Burn.
Greaves or something of that sort. Yeah, like even arcane boots that can help your team out. Even like whatever helps your team out first. And once you've completely dominated the map, and then you got a few items, then you can go for it if you want.
Oh, Whisper? He's alright. He's even got a Yule's being delivered too, so it would have been even more alright. How do you feel about the POS 4 Mirana transitioning into a carry with like a Maelstrom? Is that better than Ags or worse than Ags?
Dire's
Probably
top
better,
tower
to be
is being
honest.
attacked like
Instead of-
nobody's
over
business.
like a first item mags.
Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Shoulder here.
Dire's top tower is under
He's
attack.
going to try and drop a shoulder and juke away. Still a very speedy Chris Luck though. Scorched Earth plus the speed aura from the little kobold. And a killing spree for the Doom.
He's zooming. He's so fast.
It's almost up to max move speed.
Yeah.
Dyer's top
I think
tower
this
is
game
being
for
attacked
Mirana,
like
the
nobody's
item build
business.
should be like Arcane Boots, Glimmer Cape, because that's
Step
the only way
lively
they can
now.
kill your
Your
team
admiral
anyway.
is on board.
And like a Solar Crest for your troll.
Or like a Lotus Orb or something. Sacred.
Yeah.
Trying to deal with that Sven. Cold snap on to K1. The Soulbide's there.
Mirana.
They will bring down Mirana. Wish does nothing. Like you were saying, that point booster offering very little. Well, K1 definitely blasted, but turns to the storm of the Teemo. They've also doomed and cleared through Sacred's Kunkka. Chasing Robo Z.
Booker now.
Has he got Ghost Walk? He does. So, reveal
does.
lacking from Beastcoast means he sprints away from danger.
Yep, but still got
Radiant's
2
bottom
very
tower
big
is
kills,
under
and the
attack.
goal lead is
Has that
going back
ever
down to
been
0,
cause for
Gary.
celebration?
Even with this super farm troll right now. Like, Kunkka got hit with the Soulbind, then the Mirana leapt into the Kunkka, got the Soulbind hooked, and then Doom's like, oh, great, now I can Doom both of you.
Thank you very
Appreciate that.
much. But yeah, back to your point. If you think about it, point boost to 1,200 gold, what, 900 saved in the bank? It's a good 2.1k.
Yeah, not only
be
that,
a-
like
could
when
be
you
an
go this
item.
build, you're lacking mana regen. And Mirana used a lot of mana, so he doesn't want to use his spells because of his build. If he had Arcane Boots, he would be using way more spells. He would be getting more farm, so he can move on to his other items quicker as well.
They do sneak at Roshan though. Alacrity,
they do.
Battle
They're
Trance,
so
very
farmed, man.
quickly
Roshan
into the
has
pit.
fallen
17
to the
minutes
Radiant.
Aegis.
So much damage.
Roshan, we
Troll's gonna have a
hardly
BKB
need
soon.
Yeah. This is some crazy timing from Teemo, but I do think Teemo could have been like even more farmed if he just focused on his farming. He's trying to join some fights here and there. Like just like the first game too, right? When he was playing Morphling. Even though his score was really nice, he
Radiant's
wasn't really hitting
bottom
as many
tower
crits
is
as,
being
for example,
subjected to
K1 would
extreme
or
violence.
MNZ would in a game. In their same
got it.
position.
Turn up that greed dial
Radiant's
to 11.
bottom tower is under attack.
Get a little bit more out of the map.
Dyer's top tower is under attack.
Even though you've taken out Roshan,
Must I
Beastcoast are
repeat
pushing
myself?
bottom tower. Whisper's still getting his job done.
Radiant's
He's
middle
7
tower
deaths.
is
Still has
under
that
attack.
edict up level 4 as Schofield. He's hanging around in that mid lane, just showing himself there. forcing the
Dyer's
Moonlight
top
Shadow
tower
ganking
is being
towards mid.
attacked like nobody's
And
business.
this is the real,
Information.
like, defining point for unknown for this mid game. Trent mentioned it. Have a plan. Figure
Dyer's
out
top
what you want to
tower
do.
has
Not
fallen.
just when you want to take Roshan
I
or
could have
how,
predicted
but what do you
this.
do with that Aegis, and what is that plan?
Well, he went top, he took the
Oh,
tower, this is
look,
great,
Radiant's
right? And now they
bottom
lose the
tower
tier 2
has
tower
fallen.
bottom too, and then they're TPing way too late down here. But they will TP
Dyer's
nonetheless.
top tower
They're
is
trying to
under
get some
attack.
catches. Troll is also coming in. The vision
They've got-
is in favor of Beastcoast, which is kind
They've
of
got
scary for
Soulbind.
unknown.
They've got Doom. X mark onto the Whisper Lash. Yule's up
Gonna
there.
use that.
Where did I go?
Not
Dyer's
gonna
top
get
tower
targeted
is under
now.
attack.
Invis rune on the Doom
Must
Bringer.
I
They need
repeat
a good
myself.
soulbind if they want to fight
Radiant's
for
middle
sure. And
tower
K1,
is
he
under
has
attack.
no intentions of going into this battle.
I have
He's
no
like,
reason
"Alright, I'm
to
just gonna
lie
farm
about
top.
such
Everybody's
things."
bottom. Oh, they
That's a
found
great-
Wish.
Oh,
Okay, good leap away.
looked like a great boulder smash there.
Yep.
Drums popped.
Step lively now. Your
And now you gotta
admiral
get
is
out.
on board.
You know, unknown have the vision advantage at this point.
Soulbind catch Schofield. Soulbind with the Doom. They catch the 2 big cores. Troll and Kunkka both stuck inside. The 2-man split up as well. Whisper catches him and kills him.
Time to get out.
Aegis is down. The
Time to get out,
Kunkka's
though.
shredded. They do lose their 2 supporting you right. The BKB from Chris Luck needs to retreat. Doesn't have a TP scroll. He's pretty
Oh, that's
speedy, but
bad.
Whisper, I don't
Strange to
think he has the
say,
same luxury of
Radiant's middle
escaping.
tower is under attack.
And he catch. He's found his way into the tiniest little hole in the trees and TP's out.
Gary, Shoulder didn't move in to give vision for the Invoker to Cold Snap. He just tried to blindly use Echo Stomp.
Yeah.
That's why. Oh man, that's rough. And they both get out. They didn't chase the Doom down either, who didn't have a teleport scroll. So they get away with killing the Kunkka and getting rid of the Aegis. And that was a very early kill on the Aegis. So they're just gonna farm up now, wait for the next Doom, and try that again.
Dyer's
and this
bottom
time,
tower is
K1's
under
gonna
attack.
be joining the fight with his massive net worth on Sven.
Exactly, because it was a 5v4.
Dyer's structures
K1,
are
he was pushing
fortified.
mid lane, farming
They
back
are
through his
sorry,
jungle,
I just
pushing
noticed that
robust.
Dyer's
So he's
bottom
actually
tower
caught
is
up to the
under
Doom
attack.
and the Troll pretty quickly.
And he's just gonna take the next tower.
Dyer's
Here.
bottom tower
I
has
think they
fallen.
learned. Unknown learned from
If
game one.
that's the
They're
proper
taking
term for
more
it,
objectives
and I
this
believe
time.
it is. I don't mean to be alarmist, but Dyer's
Definitely trying
bottom
to stick
tower
it-
is
stick it to
under
Beastcoast.
attack.
And it is a 20-minute BKB shivers, by the way. Chris Luck has got it. Being delivered right now with the recipe.
probably for a Blink Dagger next after this. The Shivas is so nice, man. You get the Soul Bind, you pop the Shivas, everybody's slowed. It also gives you vision of the entire fight, especially during nighttime. You get the Doom, like if they get double Doom, those heroes are dead. They don't have any saves. They don't have Glimmer Capes. They don't have Guardian Greaves. All they got is this one pipe from the Kunkka. And the Kunkka feels bad having this pipe because he's not a core anymore. He's a utility Kunkka.
It's actually such a sick item, this game, isn't it? Like, against ET, you've got the bonus armor. It's got the heal regeneration reduction up against a troll. Reduce the attack speed up against a troll. And it's a tanky old Doom that's going to be wandering into you with 2,000 HP and, 26 armor.
Shivas is always my most favorite items. Ever since Dota 1, to be honest. In Dota 1, that was such a sweet item. If you had Shivas, you were balling. And people didn't buy it because, obviously, you're not that, focused on what these things do, I think. And they look at the items like, 30 into 15 armor, yucks. Why would I want that?
That's not damage and strength effect. And agility.
Exactly. It's such a powerful effect, Gary.
It absolutely is. I'm ready to get back underway, it looks like. Unknown have found themselves in that dire triangle.
It would appear Radiant's top tower is under attack.
It feels like everybody's kind of waiting for that next Roshan, though, with 4.5 minutes left to go. It's plenty of space for K1 to continue farming with a kind of an interesting build on his Sven, would you say? BKB Halberd?
Yeah, the first item Halberd, that really surprised me, to be honest. I've never seen K1 go something like that, but he must really respect the Invoker and the Troll's potential in this game. Having that early evasion plus the active onto the Troll is going to be really nice. Plus the Troll didn't go for Sanjin Yasha first. I think he's going for it now, though. He realizes that status resist is too important against all the disables and the Doom, especially.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. But yeah, the fact that K1 didn't go Midas or Echo Save or Mask Madness, no farming item.
That's a lot of respect he's showing for Unknown this game. I think it's mainly because of how hard they were getting destroyed early, thanks to that level 1 engagement.
Yeah, the laning stage has definitely had some impact on his decision making. He's also got Schofield there just sitting just in front of him, ready to break any smokes or anyone that comes up to that top lane to deal with K1.
That's been Schofield's job this entire game, hasn't it? Just break the smokes, just watch who's coming, let me hit creeps.
Pretty much his job in every game, isn't it?
I really love the system. Like, this is what happens when you're a team and you stick together. You learn everybody's tendencies, you learn what they need to carry you in the game as long as you trust the other person, and you kind of just like adapt to that. Like, Schofield has adapted to this job of running around, opening vision, figuring out where the enemy is, just becoming a nuisance, plus playing the stunner at the same time. I think Schofield actually plays the hardest job in his entire team. By far. Yeah. And then
because
yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, no, you go on, please.
I was gonna say, and then you got Stinger, who's like this super hardcore 5 support who understands what K1 needs of bringing them themselves, the clarities, and they were doing this even before everybody else was doing that as a normal thing, because that's just how K1 likes to play.
I'm very greedy. But I think you're right. It is a very difficult role to play as Schofield, because like you say, he's the kind of recon man, right? He's that stealthy guy that gets in behind enemy lines. He's getting the intel, the information, but he's also the teamfight hardcore initiator that rolls in, starts team fights. So, he's got that double-edged sword of sometimes wanting to give his life away for information, and then also wanting to kind of stay alive so he can start fights, depending on
I would categorize him under the same category as Jerax and Tim's. Like, I think those two guys are very similar, and Schofield is very similar to those guys as well. Very selfless. Yeah, not all Earth Spirit players are the same though, but just the way that they run in and so selfless and giving vision, and like they do it with every hero that they play essentially. Because some Earth Spirit players, they like to get items. They like to be like, the one dominating. They like to have BKB first item and destroying the team fights.
Who would you say are your top 3 Earth Spirit players of the past kind of 5 years?
Oh my God! Let's not get started with this.
Because you just mentioned Jerax. I mean, you just mentioned Jerax and Tim's. I generally would put them up there as top 3.
I think they all have different playstyles. Like, I wouldn't just put those 3 guys there, because you got like Crit, for example, right? Who's incredibly good. Then you got Yapso, who can also play Earth Spirit, but he plays very differently. Like all these guys have different kind of play styles. It just depends on the team that they're playing for and what they need to do for that team. Yeah, because I can't give you an answer without, you know, rubbing someone the wrong way. Yeah, exactly. Like it wouldn't feel good. I would.
Well, we'll just say all of them. They're all in Theban's heart. They're all great Earth Spirit players. Seems like Beastcoast has got a pretty good read on where Unknown are. Lots of scribbling there from Chris Luck. I know they're down at that bottom portion of the map, so feeling pretty good about maybe, you know, pushing tier 1 mid, forcing the hand of Unknown to come back and react to it. And K1's probably just going to stick up top, get that freebie tower. But do you think Beastcoast want to be reacting to Unknown? Like, will they come back and defend this tower? Will they TP back and react to this move? Or do you think they're going to just do things on their own accord?
No. Unknown has to react. I don't think they're going to be... Wait, what was your question?
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Top tower has fallen. Not in good. Dire's structures are fortified.
Make their own pressure. You know Beastcoast is not good at reacting to enemies. Like, they just
It would appear Radiant's top tower is under attack. I don't mean to be
give up this bottom tower. They know Unknown's already set up.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Under their own terms.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
A nice kick away.
Lively now. Your admiral is
still trying to get there with a Moonlight Shadow.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. And not in
it looks like Chris Luck is not going for the Blink build. He's going for a Shadow Blade build this game.
Huh.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Someone it would appear Radiant's top tower is
no
under
one's
attack.
going to stop him, Gary. And now he's going to move away as he notices no one, like the other players on Unknown side are off the map.
Look what he did.
Oh. Look at that, Gary. I hope every DPC player watching this game right now will take their notes, take their notebooks, write in their notebook, 9-second BKB, click it, and then TP out.
First bullet point, press BKB. In the Dire jungle, Scofield has been found by Robo's
has been slain.
Rolls away
Another innocent
Tornado,
slain
not going to clip him,
for our amusement.
Again, it is Beastcoast toying with Unknown. So they're immediately down to bottom lane. Leshrak's farming, pushing, and they have just created so much space for themselves.
Yeah, they just got to 2k gold. Like, you see how powerful this troll is, but they still can't feel like they can do anything, and the Doom is still getting ahead of the troll. But to be fair though, Gary, the Devour, he actually took the other talent. He didn't take the Ancient's talent.
Huh.
Interesting. Okay. So I like this talent because it lets you push lanes out constantly, and you have a
Radiant's bottom tower is
Scorcher. Actually, we're gonna see probably a double Doom.
Has that ever been cause for celebration?
They're trying to catch him. I mean, ET's a pretty simple kill. The great roll in from Schofield. They catch him and doom him. That's it, RoboZ. And out of that, it is really just very clear that Beastcoast, upper echelon team with the way that they control that map, find a pick off, and then convert. Right, it's converting that advantage into game victories. It's high ground time, Theban. They're going with God
Radiant's structures are not only fortified, they are positively glowing.
It is damn good, Gary. But they gotta be a bit careful though. They don't have Doom.
That is true. They do still have the Soul Binding of Stormhammer plays. As the Soul Bind with the silence, BKB Troll comes out to play. K1 pops his own Black King bar, but sprints away as the boat X-Mon gets caught up Schofield. Spirit dragged back in and they will retreat. Shadow Amulet, TP, K1 on the high ground getting out as well. Looks like they've all managed to get back to Fountain.
They're smoking, Gary. Oh goodness, Unknown is so mad right now. They're so mad. They're being played like a fiddle, Gary. It's 23-11. They're killing them non-stop in the early game, but they can't get any macro movements going.
K1 didn't. I said they went back to Fountain, but bollocks did they? Beastcoast don't TP back to Fountain. They TP back to tier 2s. They TP back to Triangle. K1, he's still sitting at about half HP.
And he feels it
gold
from his AC as well. He wants to get out. He knows it. He knows it. He also needs mana. He needs to be ready to fight again. The Doom's up in a minute. Schofield again.
Catching Schofield, but the arrow tanks the creep tanks the arrow, so he can actually roll it away. And then move back in onto Sacred. Kunka down about half HP with the Earth Splitter and that Spirit doing some decent damage to Doom and Lesh, but they turn back with the Splitter on the Teemo. Oh, they can't chain stun him quite enough. So Battle Trance is there from the Troll. He turns and whacks with the Shadow Amulet, gives a nice little bit of safety to the Lesh, who almost
Dyer's middle tower is under an extraordinary amount of stress.
Wait, this is an opening. The way that Beastcoast think, this is an opening to them, right? Grimstroke, that's all that died. Troll
Dyer's
still
middle tower
doesn't have
is
battle
under
chance
attack.
when they come back to the mid lane.
good stomp. But again, Unknown just don't have it.
They're not gonna bite. They know now that this Earth Spirit is just a bait every single time. If you're not killing one of the cores, it's just not worth it, Gary.
They're gonna go again though.
Got a BKB.
Expo.
He's baiting a little bit right now.
He didn't touch his
turn it.
BKB until now, and he does turn. Battle Trance is on cooldown. BKB's pop, but the Soulbind comes yet again. They are trying to chase down the Troll, and they've double doomed them up. Leshrac in with a Pulse Nova.
Ooh,
Good
nice
torrent.
torrent.
It keeps them all at bay with a 4-man torrent. Kunka has somehow got him out of here, but the Doom is still going on. That Invoker is taking him down, and he's dead. Chris Luck laps up the experience, unstoppable Doombringer, as it looks like Schofield.
Dyer's middle tower
catch
is
the other
under
Titan
attack.
on the way through.
I feel like a broken
Invoker
record.
kill for Beastcoast, defense that mid tier 2, and potentially now Roshan in 30 seconds is that next port of call for both sides.
Yeah, they're very fortunate to get their Troll out of there. I think that torrent was super sweet, hitting all the heroes, or at least 4 of the heroes. They only lose the Invoker. Could have been real bad for Unknown.
They're trying to scout Roshan.
They got 90 seconds now on Unknown Gary to try and do something. Oh, look at that. Mirana has Aghanims complete. And nothing else. I'm telling you, if you went Arcane Boost, if you went like some normal items, you probably would have had those items and Aghanims by now.
Yeah,
Because
maybe
of
so.
how greedy he is with like his build.
Step
Sometimes
lively
greed is
now.
just
Your
not good.
admiral is on board.
Very wise words. Are they going to steal another Roche here? They're in there with Alacrity Troll. Beastcoast have Sven down bottom. No real ability for him to get towards the pit.
Radiant's
Mid lane pushed by the
bottom
Doom.
tower is being subjected to
And
extreme
Roshan's just about to
violence.
drop.
Yeah,
If Schofield.
I'm not so sure I like this from
Roshan
Beastcoast
has
to give up
fallen
this
to
Roche,
the
but
Radiant.
they don't have Doom, so they can't really
Radiant's
risk
bottom
anything.
tower has
I
fallen.
do
You
get
know,
tier
just
3.
click BKB and TP out. K1.
Radiant's middle
BKB
tower
TP.
is under
Troll
attack.
doesn't have a basher or anything.
I have
right?
no
Yeah.
reason to
They
lie
couldn't
about
TP there
such
in time.
things.
And Troll also BKB'd and TP'd.
So they're just buying time for the Doom to be up again. I guess they're thinking like they don't care too much about the Aegis. Who got the shard, Gary?
I'm looking. Kunka. Tidal Wave?
Okay. Yeah. Another spell. I mean,
Step lively now.
kind of
Your
like a
admiral
stun,
is
I
on
guess,
board.
right? They cannot attack while being dragged.
A tithe to the impurities.
Yes. I mean, does anyone else have a better one? I guess is the question. ET is the only one I would like argue for being better, but
Nah, you gotta get
everyone
the
else is
meteors, right? The triple meteors.
the triple
15
Not
seconds.
so safe harbor,
K1
eh?
doesn't have
No
BKB
BKB
actually. So,
Goodbye.
oh god.
Very nice smoke to the ward by Unknown here. But the question is, what are they gonna do with this? Are they gonna learn from last game? They're just gonna run down mid? But look at Beastcoast. They're already split pushing.
That means
Invisibility.
Beastcoast are ready to go high ground bottom lane, and Unknown have to break
Dyer's
through a tier
middle
2
tower
and
is
then a
under
tier 3
attack.
and then think about the barracks.
I
Beastcoast are
spy
on your
with
bottom
my
lane, barracks are
fire.
right to
Radiant's
point.
bottom
Dyer's
Dyer's
under
middle
attack.
tower has
They're
fallen.
gonna trade-
Dyer's
they're
middle
gonna trade
tower
here.
is under
Unknown.
attack. I feel
Radiant's
its bottom
broken
barracks are under attack.
Cliff is there from
Radiant's
the Dire.
essentially going
Okay,
around
Unknown, there's the
fortified.
Unknown
Both
healer.
use it.
Dyer's
There
middle
appears to
tower
be
is
some
under
sort of
an
magic.
extraordinary
Well,
amount.
Beastcoast
Radiant's
trying to
bottom
filter back,
barracks
thinking
are
about defending.
under
Like
attack.
Grimstroke is
Dyer's
coming
middle
back.
tower
Bottom lane,
has
they'll get the
fallen.
melee racks and probably
Dear
come
me.
back.
Dyer's
Timo
middle
leashed
barracks
up,
are under
Sacred
attack. I
Silence. They
spy
are
with
ditching
my
on
little
their
eye
efforts to
that
kill off the
Radiant's
barracks.
middle
They make some
barracks are
great
under
kills from
attack.
Schofield.
Barracks has
Earthspirit.
fallen.
He's about to
Dyer's
die here
middle
as Robo's
barracks
BKBs
are
go
under
forward to
attack.
sleep him until it's all
Radiant's
stop.
bottom barracks
Doom,
are
he's not
under
going to join in
attack.
this fight, is he then? As Grimstroke is
Step
getting
lively
sunstruck,
now.
deftly
Your
blasted,
admiral is
killed
on
off
board.
as well. They both have
D6.
buyback on the dire supports, and Whisper forced to BKB and run. The melee racks middle.
Dyer's middle
finally
barracks
down, and then,
has
like you
fallen.
said, trade out.
That
bottom
seems
for
like it
mid.
might be a
But
significant
under
development.
Dyer's middle barracks forcing
are
buybacks
under
out of
attack.
Schofield.
Radiant's
And
bottom
totally stacked.
barracks
Yeah,
are
there it is.
under attack. State of affairs. I
It
don't
seems to be
believe
going
it.
around.
Radiant's bottom barracks has
Give me
fallen.
K1.
Dyer's
Oh, no,
middle
that's
barracks
alright.
are under attack.
And the jump in. Schofield has a dieback if he drops here. Stormhammer. Where's the Doom? Chris Luck throws on the Evoker.
Dyer's
Shiva's going
middle
run forward.
barracks
They've got the
are
Giant
under
Tractor.
attack.
Aegis down. Does have BKB battle trance when he respawns though. As K1 focusing down, slapping Sacred into the ground. That final hit will clear him out.
Radiant's
and now
middle
two
tower
Kairos
is
gone
under attack.
unknown.
They need to stun
They
him.
just need to run back away from Timo.
Oh,
Keep him
Timo.
stunned up. Chain disable and onto the
dead.
troll. Timo's gone and a double kill. But K1 turns into a triple. A Yule Scepter catching the ET is going to be a massive wipe here as Beastcoast. They get the barracks trade and then a huge monumental team fight for themselves.
Well, I mean, you got one racks, but Beastcoast also took your bottom racks. It was kind of
Step
interesting at the start
lively
because
now.
Chris
Your
Luck
admiral is on
canceled
board.
his TP. I don't know what happened there. And I thought Unknown was going to get another set of racks for free, but K1 TPing in, putting his body right in front. That arrow missing because of the tornado was so crucial, Gary, because then K1 could just run in, stun up the Troll Warlord. All they really had to do on Unknown was
Step
just make a
lively
full
now.
back.
Your admiral is on
Get to the
board.
high ground, bait Beastcoast onto the high ground, and then take the fight. But they stuck around, they fought. Chris Luck, he found the Invoker, doomed him up, solo killed him, and the fight was just so easy
Radiant's
after
middle
that.
tower is under attack.
And then you're going to start looking at
I
this
have no
refresher
reason to
Hall of
lie
Doom.
about such things.
Chris Luck with a double ultimate, double BKB.
Oh,
It's going to be huge for them. So what we're going to have, triple Dooms then? With a Soulbind, with a +1 extra?
Yep. That is possible. I mean, he might just hold the next Doom, so in case Invoker or Troll buys back,
Vanish.
just let the first double Doom go off.
And Whisper, he's caught up pretty nicely now with a Bloodstone BKB. Still 14,000 net
Radiant's
worth.
middle
He's
tower
1,000
is
ahead of the
under
Invoker,
attack.
who had a spectacular laning stage.
Yeah.
Now starting to fall off.
That's the problem with Unknown. Their
Bullseye.
mid game is just really rough. Actually, mid game was pretty good. It's the late game right
Step
now that's
lively
looking
now.
rough.
Your admiral is on board.
And they've always got to contend with that bot lane now. It feels like Beastcoast have got a pretty good spot here just to... Like, mid lane you kind of naturally want to push out anyway. Bot lane always feels a bit awkward. I don't know about you. To like keep coming back down to bot, push it out to like the bottom
Your
right-hand
admiral
corner of
is
the
on
map.
board.
Yeah, definitely. Because Roshan is spawning on the top side. So if you're Radiant,
Son
you
of
always
a-
feel bad being down here.
Yeah.
Because if Roshan's up and they control that area, it's so hard to get back in there and take the fight. You're going to give up Aegis and Cheese at some point.
This is a good smoke though. Might
not
force
too
out the
bad.
BKB
Not so
here.
Safe harbor,
Just
man.
waiting.
He holds it. Arrow misses. And the roll in from Schofield. Great magnetizing silence onto the two of them. Kunkka and Invoker both caught up as the left track actually chasing forward with the Doom, catching that bigger target of Timo. Troll Warlord slaughtered. And the Radiant do have buybacks, but they're just falling apart at this point. Schofield is hunting them. Left and right, he's rolling onto the Invoker, forcing the BKB. There's nothing to stop that, so
Doom?
they're going to walk it down mid.
Walk it down, baby. I mean, Troll's gonna have to pop his buyback
Strange
here.
to say,
Even
Radiant's
stand a
middle
chance.
tower
K1
is
didn't
under
have to do
attack.
anything in that fight, by the way, Gary. He didn't even click God Strength. He already knew this was
Radiant's middle
theirs.
tower is
He
under
knew the
attack.
positioning that Unknown had.
Radiant's
have no
middle
reason
tower
to
has
resist
fallen.
spells.
Such
I've been
things.
X-marked and torrented.
Someone
Go
must
get
be
it, guys.
very pleased with
Use their
themselves.
spells.
Set in stone.
Inkswell can also heal him up on the creep wave.
Great roll. Kick back in. Kunkka over on the wrong side of the racks. And then that Aghanim Scepter
Radiant's middle
Stormhammer
tower
jumping
is
in.
under attack.
Sacred. Sliced in half and dead for a minute and a half. No buyback available. It's on cooldown
Radiant's
for
middle
5
tower
minutes
has
on that
fallen.
Kunkka. So you're losing your mid lane tier 3. And maybe these barracks as Troll is forced to buy back. Beastcoast respecting it. Retreating with
God
pretty
Strength is
limited
on
mana
cooldown,
on the
Gary.
Grimstroke. Yeah, God Strength on cooldown.
It's time to get back. Doom actually clicked his refresher there. He was thinking about dooming on that soulbind, but they were too
Shadows
close to the
take
fountain,
us.
so it was just not going to be worth it. And the troll already bought out, so just backing off.
And another Moonlight Shadow. Try and get Unknown out onto this map. Schofield, 2,000 health with the Yules on his Earth Spirit. Again, in a pretty decent position to pop any smokes, will be that first point of contact. I'm not sure what that tip was for, but... Oh, they saw him, didn't they? Yeah, they saw under the obs and sentry, he saw the Invoker, so he's tipping him. Oh, hello, double damage rune. Chris Luck will grab it. Enchanted Quiver for him is gonna be big old first hit from the Doom. Infernal Blade, Enchanted Quiver with a double damage. And now Unknown. I've got to clear out like the bottom wave is just inevitably going to end up in your base over and over again, unless someone like the Troll Warlord's there clearing it. And now it feels almost like an inevitable victory for Beastcoast. Waiting for that next Roshan to spawn.
They're just chilling.
Probably.
I mean, they're in no rush in this game at all,
Your
Gary.
admiral is on board.
Just under a minute for the big man. I mean, that has to be the focus now from Unknown, right? That potentially last fight around the pit.
Yeah, and they also got the Troll Warlord Satanic complete. Oh, actually, ooh, that courier. That courier cannot afford to die. Sent it back.
Step
Actually, he
lively
doesn't
now.
have
Your
Satanic
admiral
yet.
is on board.
Just a Reaver. That's all he's got queued up. I thought he already had the other smaller pieces. He's very behind now, Gary. Like, this was
dear.
a 4-0 start Troll Warlord who had a 11-minute Battle Fury with Power Treads. Playing behind a Doom and a Sven now.
Yeah,
And if you want to have any chance of winning against those heroes, you need to be like 10k ahead at some point.
He was 4-0-4, wasn't he?
Yep, he was.
And now he's 4-2-9. So in the
Radiant's top tower is
in
under
the past,
attack.
what, 35.5 minutes, he's got himself 5 assists and
Step
2
lively
deaths.
now.
Radiant's
Your
top
admiral is
tower
on
has
board.
fallen. Surely
Sort of a
that
sad
was
story for the troll.
intentional.
Indeed. And they're gonna go back into the Roshan pit, see that it's up, go kill that,
Take us.
get a refresher shard for the Doombringer or even the Sven, to be honest.
Bullseye.
Invoker's also got to, he's got to spend some of his money. RoboZ's holding on to 4,600 gold. And if this is your last team fight, if this is, you know, do or die in this game, in this series, he's popped his BKB, he's tornadoing into the pit. Beastcoast is still going to move forward. Inkswell onto Chris Luck. They don't catch anybody, but the Kunker's there. Yulesed up, split earth. He's popped his pipe, trying to get away with the Stormhammer and the God Strength from K1. Yet again, finding the Kunker, starting up. No buyback on him, and in comes the Doom with a refresher. BKB onto the Troll, chasing past that tier 3
Strange to
tower.
say,
Chris Luck's just going to
Radiant's
solo
middle
Doom.
tower is under
Gonna
attack.
die before he even reaches Fountain. Dead without
Dire's
buyback.
structures
Beastcoast
are fortified.
Cleared it up. Invoker, he can
Radiant's
return to the
middle
battle,
tower is
but
under
again,
attack.
he's got
I have no reason to lie about such things.
He was trying to hold buyback, but, you know, I mean, at this point,
Strange to
if
say,
you're Unknown,
Radiant's
you don't know how to
middle
win the
tower
game.
is under attack.
Like, both games, you're ahead at some
Radiant's
point.
middle
and you
barracks
feel like you're doing
has
all the
fallen.
right moves.
Radiant's
just
middle
amounts to
tower is
nothing.
under attack.
This is what it means to
And
feel
the Dire
hopeless, Gary.
seize the
Like, this
day
is
in
exactly
the
what
direst
definition of
possible
hopeless
way.
is.
feeling like
That's
you're
what it
winning.
feels like playing as Beastcoast.
Win lane stage. I mean, like a disgusting start. Win that first team fight around runes. Win the laning stage convincingly. Like Chris Luck got pretty handled by RoboZ Invoker.